we are going to be making a poinsettia arrangement. Now this is a container that I got at the Craig Bachman warehouse sale, which you guys know I love to shop. That's in Frankfort, Illinois. But I only had one of these, but I've held on to this for quite a while. So I've already sprayed gaps and cracks. That is the red can. Let me get that and show you what it looks like. That is this stuff, okay? Gaps and cracks, red can, yellow lid. And then you shake it up really, really good. This is spray foam insulation. You can get it at the hardware store. And I've sprayed it. Now I sprayed it probably to about there. And then you see how much it puffed up. So we're going to have to level off the top. All right. So we can do that easy. I think I sprayed this last year. So I know that this is good and solid, good to go. But for a poinsettia arrangement, well, of course we have to have some poinsettias. These had come from Hobby Lobby at their end of season clearance last year. So these are really pretty. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's 7 heads on here. Yes, 7 heads. I can still count. And then we have, this is red eucalyptus, and it's solid red, but there's glitter in here. It's a touch of glitter. I don't know if you guys can see. It's not covered in glitter, but it's like the glitter is baked into the plastic. So we have that. I also have, I wish I had more of these. I only have one of these, but this is gold. The 24-inch EVA filler bush with berries. We call it 60919, but that's the SKU number that it used to go by when we first started using it. There's lots of different SKU numbers now. But if you hear us mention that, it just means this. And it's very, very pretty. There's 3 main pieces on here you can see. 1, 2, 3. And then, let me get my comments over. I don't have my laptop, so. Maureen is watching. Hey, Maureen. Maureen, I'm better than I was, but I am wiped out, man. I am exhausted. And then we got some of these picks. These came from Hobby Lobby. I think I grabbed 5 of these. These were $2.99 sticker price. Don't wait till the sale. It's already at 50% off. It'll probably end up getting more off, but January 2nd, 90% off usually at Hobby Lobby. Go wait in line early in the morning. I know I will. All right, so to start with, we're going to cut off this foam so it's nice and level. I have a floral knife, but you guys can use any kind of knife you want. Serrated knife, doesn't matter. I'm going to put it on the end just so I don't ever want to cut toward my hand. So I'm just going to level this off. I feel like I just cut up someone's brain. I shouldn't be cutting it that way. Cut it away from me, not toward me. All right. Save this. I know it sounds crazy, but if you ever need to add foam onto something, for example, if you want to make one of those jack-o'-lantern pumpkins that I like to make, right? Save this, cut a hole in the middle, slide that on top of the stem, and then you can fill this in with E6000 and hot glue, and then you can just use that on top of your pumpkin. There we go. All right, I'm going to save that over there. Put my knife away, and then we get to start with the goodies. Now, I do have Spanish moss. Ugh, you guys know how I love my Spanish moss. I do have a bag of that down here at the bottom. Should I feel like I need to use it, I probably will. Yeah. Okay, what I have left is basically just clumps and pieces. So I'm literally just going to sprinkle that kind of around here. I'm going to put some hot glue down, okay? I'm just going to kind of do half. And we'll see what sticks. Don't use your hand to squish it down. I am gently, just with my fingertips, going around. Just want to get a little bit of coverage, right? Just some coverage. Now that there's a lot on there, I can kind of, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. I did it. Look what I did. Son of a gun. Ow. Son of a darn tootin', yeah. Ow. Okay, that took skin off. Do you see? This thing is out to get me. It's got like a personal vendetta. What have I ever done to you? All right, I'm going to get some more glue from underneath here. I use Gorilla Glue. That is my favorite glue to use. I trust it implicitly. All right, just kind of going around. If you have better, like more together bits of this stuff, you can use U-pins instead of having to glue it in like I am. It's probably a better idea. I'm just trying to use what I have. I want to use it up. Ugh. Gross. This is what it must feel like to work at like a waxing salon. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying. All right. I think we're good. Shove some, and I felt a little bit of glue. All right, now I'm just gonna. All right, cool. We're good. This can go to the other side. Yuck. All right, I'm gonna clean up my workspace a little bit because it looks like someone just got a bikini wax. Actually, that's shorter than the hair on my legs. The hair on my legs is longer. It's been months. It's been like no shave November since like November of 2024. That's bad. All right, so what I want to put in next is my filler bush. Again, I wish I had another one of these. I don't think that I do. I have silver. I don't have. Well, holy cow, guys. Look what I just found. It was sitting right on the top. Woo! Yay, I've got another one. That makes me super happy because I was worried it was going to look kind of a little skimpy on that. Okay, so we've got another one. All right, so I'm going to take, I literally just rip it apart. Okay. And then this is my tall one. Now, this will kind of gauge the height. So I'm going to spread this out. I'm going to put one in the middle, but this is going to kind of gauge the height. Now, if you look at, these are the poinsettias. They're very large. All right, let me cut one off. They're large and in charge, baby. But I want to make sure that we get the height right. I don't want to start with the filler bush really low. There's two of these here. Oh, my. All right, so I might actually keep these guys together. But if I did that, you know what, I'm going to add glue on here. Okay, I'm going to put it kind of, this isn't dead center, this is a little north of center. And if I put that in there, this is going to kind of set the height for the whole arrangement. So I want this to come up just a little bit past there. So I'm going to cut this right down here. All right. Now I have two of these long pieces, so I don't necessarily have to put one dead center. I'm going to have two of them kind of similarly next to each other. Okay. And again, if you want to try to find this, I would start with Deco Exchange. Also, Craft Outlet has been carrying this as well. And starting next year, I'm going to be carrying some of this in my shop as well. Sweet Aria Decor, D-O-T-C-O-M. It doesn't like when you mention websites. No. All right, so I'm going to start with this one. I'll do it this way so you guys can kind of see. Hold on. Guys, the one I put in there had the price tag on it. Let me get the price tag off. I always do that. That's crazy. That's crazy. Theta, greetings from Florida. Well, hello from snowy Chicago. Hopefully you guys are having better weather down there than we're having here. We got walloped, man. We got walloped over the weekend. All right, I think I could take a little bit more off of this. All right, so I'm just going to add some glue right down here. Make sure I kind of get the paper on there so the paper doesn't come up. But I'm gluing at least like the last 2 inches. All right, I'm going to put kind of one this way and one then kind of the other way. All right. So this is one that I'll probably list in my shop online, but I'm also going to end up taking it to the boutique space because I've got a lot to take there. I've got a lot more than I anticipated to take there because I was unable to do my craft show over the weekend. I was that sick I had to cancel, which I felt terribly about. And then we got walloped with the snow, so I guess nature gave me COVID as a way to say, stay home, girl, stay home. I listened. All right. So then I want to kind of go around kind of the outside a little bit. All right, because we got our middle. So I'm keeping all these together. Now these were cut kind of well, it was well sharpened. So I think I'll be able to get it in here pretty well. So I got 6 of these. So I got four of these total. So I'm going to put one here. And then I'm going to put one kind of kitty corner. Okay, so if we went here, we're going to go here. All right. And make sure you spread all this stuff out, okay? It wants to breathe. It's like when you get home and you take off your bra, right? Now I will cut this kind of to make sure that they're all equal, to make sure that I can get a good, nice, sharp poke into the foam. Okay, so that one was here, so we're gonna cross and go here. I kind of put the more delicate stuff on the outside. Okay, I'm going to do the same again. But again, this one actually I don't think I need to cut. This one I think looks all right. Now we're going to go here. So kind of think of it like a clock and kind of like working opposites and stuff. And then I'm going to separate it all out once I get everything else in there. This one I've got to cut. Let's cut that one. Sometimes if you cut it on a bit of an angle, it does help it go through a little bit better. All right. There we go. Okay, so let's kind of separate this out. And we can start pulling some of this down. Okay. Doesn't have to be straight up and down. Can kind of be coming out. Now at one of these places, I am going to be, well, I had considered making a bow, and I'm still kind of playing around with the idea of it, but I don't know. I think that there's going to be enough in here where this doesn't require a bow. All right, but let's take a look. Let's go cut some of the rest of our poinsettias. And I may not use all these because there's a lot and I don't want it to get too full. But let's cut off at least 3 of these, all right? Now this one doesn't have any leaves, which is good because I didn't really want to bring too much of the green in here anyway. But this one kind of might be a nice center one. So this is nice and long, so I'm going to leave that long. I'm going to glue that. We're going to go right in the center. There we go. And the best thing about these faux poinsettias is that they are not poisonous. Because I didn't realize how poisonous that poinsettias are to household animals. I know cats are. I don't know about dogs, but I ain't going to test that out. No, thank you. All right. Bring this in. So let's talk. We definitely need one over here for sure. All right. Glue. And this is something, this is a nice, easy arrangement. This would be something that you can, you know, if you handle the glue, you could do this with a kid, or, you know, you can make your own arrangement for your own Christmas tablescape, right? Or you can even bring something like this as a gift to, if you're going somewhere that's a hostess gift, this would be lovely. It's festive, but then they can put it away for next year, and these will not die. No, they won't. Okay. Kind of bringing this in here. So I'm kind of almost putting it kind of between the different spots. So you kind of see I need one like right down there. All right. This one's got a nice long stem. So I'm going to put this right in here. go. I had those two of them that were kind of like attached together. That's kind of a weird point. But you see how there's a gap here? So we're going to add that last one right in there. Whew, sorry. Oh, hard to breathe, man. Hard to breathe. We'll get through it. I will get through this. All right. So I'm going to go kind of right down in here. I might need 2 hands to push this one. There we go. I'm going to push this one a little lower. Okay, so this is how it's looking right now. All right, it's getting fuller. It's looking pretty. We got our stuff. This is what we're going to put in next, okay? I'm going to cut all of these. Now, these aren't particularly tall. I've got 5 of these. I don't think I'm going to pull any of these apart. I'm going to pull them, put them in. There's 5 stems. I do have another one of these bushes if I need it. Kind of hoping not to, but this is my tallest one, so I kind of want to go center with this. Now this one, I'm going to take this one off just because I want to be able to put this in the center and have enough stem on there. So I'm going to, and it doesn't have to be exactly dead center, but I need something that's kind of indicating sort of like what might be the center point here. So I'm going right in. There we go. That's pretty. Now I'm going to put one right down in there. Okay. And I'm going in about, I'd say maybe 1 inch to 1.5 inches inside the planter. Okay, I'm going to do another one kind of over here by me. And I'll move it around in just a second. There we go. So that's where I put that one. So I got one here, here, here. And I obviously need to do like a here and a here. Okay. So we'll do this one kind of up toward the front a little bit more. Okay, and then one right there. I almost kind of want to go grab another bush of this, but I also don't want to put so much in that then I have to end up charging a lot to get the cost back. So I mean, it's a tricky thing. It's a tricky thing. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Facing me. Yeah, I kind of still don't want to put a bow in it. There's already, see how large the poinsettias are? I don't want it to compete with the size of that. That would be a lot. That would be a lot. Okay, so I've got that in there. But what I can put in there is these. Now these look how long these are. These are going to add some good height. I have 5 of these pulled. Now these were $2.99, but they were really $1.50. So $1.50 times 5 is, I believe, $7.50. No, I guess I only have 4. Did I only grab 4? I guess I only grabbed 4. I've got more over there I can go grab if I need them. But I think 4 ought to be good. I'm going to kind of just try to go like a 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. I'm just going to add the glue on the stem. And we'll see if I need to add any more. I definitely want one in here. Oh, that slid in really nicely. 1. See how that came in there? Right in there. So we got that one. I'm going to go opposites. Uh-oh. I'm going to trim this. You see how that one's a little bent? Get bent. Yes, yes it did. All right, here we go. Put this in here. I'm going to go add this in. Right behind there. That's where that one went. I'm going to do one up here. So you can kind of, sometimes you can just go through your house and see what you have. You may have lots of different picks and stems. You might have a couple one-offs. As long as you've got a couple of the same kind, then you can do something like this, right? Just make your own. or make it as a gift. People love to get handmade gifts and items. All right. I'm keeping this one a little bit longer. These are nice. I do love the glittery stems from Hobby Lobby very much. And I still miss our girl Joanne. You know I miss Joanne. All right, so here is what we have created today. And I am glad that I put in the Spanish moss before I started. I think it would have been a mess to try to get everything else in here. Okay. Let's see how the gold ones and then that other red one kind of set the height for it. I wish I would have been able to get this center poinsettia just a little bit taller, but that's okay. It is what it is. And then these red ones, what I'm doing right now is kind of separating them out because there's 3 of them on a stick. So I'm kind of trying to like really separate them out to give them the maximum amount of coverage, right? All right, so here we go. Here we go. Here's our, what it looks like going around, going around, going around. All right, if I wanted to, I could have put in a bow. I just kind of didn't really feel like it. And then if you look from center, top down, this is what that looks like. And it's really lightweight. It's not super heavy, so I don't have to worry about it. I think this is going to store pretty easy. I like to store mine. Sometimes I'll store them laying down. You just have to fluff out the back. So if your stuff gets a little bit wrinkled or a little bit squished, sometimes you can take a handheld steamer or, you know, or sometimes if you don't have one of those, a hair dryer. Anything from a little bit far away where you can kind of warm it up a little bit. Then that kind of help everything reset a little bit. Kind of fluff it. And there we go. All right. So this is our poinsettia arrangement. I'm going to have this listed in my shop. Sweet Aria Decor, period, C-O-M. Wink, wink. You know what I'm talking about. All right. I am going to try to go live Wednesday night this time. I'm sorry I missed last Wednesday. I was really sick, guys. Really sick. I couldn't even talk. I couldn't even get up to go to the bathroom. It was a struggle. But I'm going to try to do something fun this week. You know, less than an hour long because my stamina is not there yet. But I want to get a couple more Christmas items into my shop. So we're going to do it together. I will see you guys Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central here on Facebook for Wednesday's Wreath and more.
Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe to my channel. You can follow me all over social media, and you can shop my store at sweetariadecor.com.